Doesn't hurt my feelings. So what? We know what to do. We're gonna buff the Mite. We're gonna buff it again. And we're just gonna win the game. Because we did the thing. It's been long enough. It is time. It is time for a new aggro deck to take over the ladder, and we found one. This particular deck is the one. It attacks really fast. It has combat tricks. It has cheap creatures, and it has just a little bit of crazy. Okay, so this particular deck is so fun, and it's quite frankly scary. I am not just saying that. I have played some aggro decks. I have taken aggro decks to Mythic. I am a fan of aggro. It did fall off with the bans for sure, and then there was definitely some fallout with the rotation. A little bit of time has passed, and now we have the secret sauce for aggro. I hate to say it, if you're not a fan of aggro, you should be, because these types of decks climb really fast. Most of the games I have played with this particular deck have taken less than 2.5 minutes. That is, I don't know if you want to call it a problem, but it's definitely a cause of concern for everyone else that has to go up against it. Let's talk about some of the things that make this deck insane. The first thing that may jump out to you, or it should jump out to you, is the Hemosymbic Mite. This is a green 1/1. It came to us in Edge of Eternities. It's whenever this creature becomes tapped, another target creature you control gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is this creature's power. So, what does that mean? That means that we're going to be throwing spells onto the Mite like Wild Ride, Turn Inside Out, Giant Growth, and maybe even Overprotect if we have to. And what that will do is grow the Mite and turn the Mite into basically a machine that gives our other creatures really big stats. And one of the best creatures that you can give stats to, in my opinion, in aggro especially, Slickshot Show-Off. He's definitely going to be showing off, and he's going to very easily be getting extra stats from the Mite. We're talking +7 or +9, very easily on top of whatever else he's doing with this prowess that he contains, which is +2/+0 until end of turn. And I'm telling you, it's insane. Turn 3 wins are very common and not just an occasional. It's a, wow, if I have Mite and Show Off and a pump spell in my hand, it's gonna happen pretty much. It's crazy. We also have a few other win conditions like Callous Sell-Sword, which allows us to take that really buffed up creature that is either our Slickshot or maybe our Baloth or Daring Tracker, whatever it may be, and finish off the game with the extra damage that's provided from Sell-Sword. Aside from the Hemosymbic Mite combo that we just talked about, there's another creature that actually acts just like Mite. It's a little bit more expensive in 4 mana. It's Ashroot Animist. It's got Trample, however, but it also does +X/+X until end of turn, where X is this creature's power. So it's basically the same thing as Mite, just another little package. We do have Halana and Alena partners. First strike reach. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put X+1/+1 counters on another target creature you control, where X is their power. So it's the same similar idea here. So we actually have more than 2 options for buffing our creatures. Ruby Daring Tracker is essentially an Alena War Elf that we can use to tap for mana. She also gets +2/+2 until end of turn if we're attacking with a creature with power 4 or greater, which is very, very likely in this deck. Pretty much any spell that we cast onto our creatures are going to grow them, and it's going to be a good time. Aggro isn't going anywhere. It does come and go, but here we are. We have an aggro package with this deck, and it's nasty. It's something to watch out for, and it's definitely effective at what it does. I feel like this deck is going to make a claim on the ladder. It's going to make a claim in the meta, and definitely I think establish roots as the go-to aggro deck, in my opinion. It may be an unpopular opinion, but it's what I'm gonna call, and I like it. It plays really well. It's got just a little bit of everything. Now, the only things to watch out for are Mite can be destroyed very easily. If the opponent is aware of what the Mite is capable of, then that's not good for us. But they're gonna see aggro anyway and pretty much destroy all of our creatures. But a lot of the time, If you have two creatures on the board, one is a Mite and the other is maybe a Show-Off or an Emberheart Challenger or whatever, they usually kill that other creature and not the Mite. And honestly, that's not the correct play. They should be killing the Mite because it will enable so much shenanigans, as well as the Ashroot Animist and Halana and Alena. Of course, they're just more expensive, but in this case, having Mite on turn 1 is absolutely must have as far as your mulligans. Try to get the Mite, try to get a creature along with it and a pump spell, and be off to the races. That's enough talking about the deck. I also want to remind you guys, if you don't want to miss out on any new upcoming videos, please be sure to like and subscribe. Let's go see how this does on the ladder. That's a couple of Mites right there. We don't have another creature to go along with it, but that is very tempting. I'm going to try this. We already don't get to go first, but that's okay. And life gain is not what we want to see. Come on, Shuffler, really? Is this really happening? If I drew this in paper, I would be like, wow, I swear I'm not cheating. What's wrong with my shuffling? How many times did you shuffle? Better have been at least 5 or 6. It's just crazy. I mean, it's totally likely, totally plausible, but it's definitely suspicious. No. Alright, so we're going to throw another Mite out just to have a backup plan. And we'll go for an attack here. I should have attacked both. And I didn't. So that's exactly what not to do. So what we'll do here is buff our creature, which gives us a chance to throw something else out on the board. Looks like we just had 2 land. That's okay. So basically, I played that horribly wrong, and it did kind of work out. We don't really have a whole lot else going on, and I'm okay taking out one of their creatures. Wasn't the best creature, and we are just drawing a bunch of nothing burgers. At least right now. I mean, we can go ahead and do some wild ride. Force them to make a decision. And I'll leave it like that. I mean, down to 12 is pretty respectable. We'll keep some mana open in case we want to overprotect one of our creatures. I don't see them casting anything other than Sheltered by Ghost, which is an absolute it's definitely in their deck. It's one of their few removals that they have. And this turn is going to hurt, but that's alright. We should be able to hurt them a little bit more. Excalibur 2 is not something I am used to seeing in this particular deck. Alright, that's enough triggers. We get it. That's enough triggers. I think that's why people get so frustrated at these types of decks, as I'm playing a ridiculous aggro deck, but there's just so many triggers. Even if you resolve or pass, it still doesn't matter. Question is, do we... Yeah, we're gonna do this. We have enough mana for the Sell-Sword. They're probably going to block. We do have trample going on here. And just like that, the game is over. And they can't do anything about it. There we go. That is better. We're going to keep. And honestly, as much as it pains me to get rid of one of those Mites, we're going to do that because everything else is exactly what we would like. Minus the land. Well, let's get the Mite out there. I see green, so that's less chance of removal. They don't have any fight spells at the moment because there's no creatures. And interestingly enough, it looks like they're not going to do anything. Okay. I'm alright with that. We attack, we get to draw, and it's going to be something we can't utilize. But that's alright. We already have another challenger. Why do we want a third one? I didn't shuffle. Fabled Passage comes in tapped. It's not their 4th land, so seems like they're having some problems over there. That's okay with me. Doesn't hurt my feelings. So what? We know what to do. We're gonna buff the Mite. We're gonna buff it again. And we're just gonna win the game. Because we did the thing. Nice. We go first. There we go. Let's get this party started. It's pretty much the perfect hand. See green over there, so I'm not too worried about removal necessarily. We can plot. Yeah, okay. I don't know. The power of the Mite. I mean, this is not a bad hand. It just doesn't have our combo. We're going to try it anyway. I mean, I can't get too mad about it. I will play green first to kind of throw them off. They're not going to think aggro. I mean, they may think landfall, and that's about it. I see Boros, so that's definitely going to be a race. Let's start with the challenger. They can't really do anything about it this turn. That's okay. So we've started the race. They'll be able to punch back and probably take a little bit more damage this turn, but that's all right. We are stuck on 2 land unless we draw another one. Obviously, getting up to 4 is pretty important. Starting town is, I'm happy with that. So we can go with the Ruby. She does provide another mana source. This allows us to get 2 creatures out, which is very beneficial to an aggro deck. Instead of having to rely on 1 creature at a time, it's pretty nice. There's that punch back that we were waiting for. It's definitely a good one. Every time the Nova comes out and it does its 1 damage, I panic a little bit. I always feel like it's more than 1 damage, but it's something they have to do. Nice. So we drew another land. Let's go ahead and get Halana Alena out there. We could put the Wild Ride. Yeah, let's go ahead and put the Wild Ride on the Halana. Gives it haste. We do target and kind of throw away a card here, but thankfully it's a land. And they are down to 3, so they've got quite an issue with that. We've got 3 creatures on board. They probably don't have the ability to cast more than 1 removal. It would be Lightning Helix, most likely, or some sort of pump spell, damage spell. Doesn't matter. We got the victory. Nice. I see mites. I see creature, buff spell, land. Let's go. We're just not going first, unfortunately. Alright, we'll play starting town Mite. That is so weird. Popsicle sticks. That's what that reminds me of. It's a really cool land, though. Or planet. Oh no, Voice of Victory. How dare you play good cards? Well, that's not good. That's alright. We will hold. That's quite a good blocker there, so yeah. Medical Star Cage. Okay. I mean, you were worried for good reason. They're gonna have another one, aren't they? They always do. Alright, game. Don't do that to me. Sometimes you press attack and it doesn't act like it's doing anything, and then it goes through. Rescue Beastie. Okay. It's gonna be Omniscience, huh? I knew they had the other Star Cage. I hate everything about... everything they stand for. I hate. If you play Omniscience, there's a special place in ELO for you. That's all I have to say. Does it make sense to buff? I mean, they have one card. They're gonna have to be... no, it doesn't make sense to use the Inside Out. They hopefully don't have anything crazy to benefit with this Omniscience. Another Omniscience. Though annoying isn't really an issue. That's exactly what we didn't want. The best card draw that we have been given in a long time. Consult the star charts. Absolute awesome card. I have not seen this spacecraft. When they enter, search your library for a legendary creature card, reveal it, and then at station 7, other tap legendary creatures you have control have indestructible. Well, guess who is legendary? We have a Kona out on the board right now. Are they going to station? Prime Speaker sucks. Draw a card equal to its power. Why not? Oh. There's no skill involved in this deck. This is why I hate it. There's nothing hard about playing Omniscience. At this point, it's 100% no skill playing cards for free because you cheated out a card that should have been banned. I'm not salty, by the way. And it is going to just continue to be annoying as people find ways to cheat it out and new cards come out with other rotations. I'm going to use this as a soapbox. And this is why, right here, that people don't like this kind of gameplay. He's playing solitaire right now. I'm doing nothing. He gets to play everything from his hand. He gets to draw 1,000 cards. Look at that. It's ridiculous. He has 2 Omniscience, by the way. Roiling, Dragonstorm, why not? Let's draw more cards. I hope you mill yourself and it's all over. But no, that's not going to happen. He's going to play a stupid big dragon and give himself more value, and you know, you get the idea. But this is why Omniscience should have been banned. There's no reason why this card should exist in Standard, at least. I don't mind it in other formats. I mean, I do, but whatever. It can stay. But in Standard, this isn't Standard. This isn't what anyone signed up for. And if this is how you win, then I feel really bad. I feel bad because this is sad. It's sad that I'm losing. It's sad that he's winning. I hate everything about it. I don't know, but I'm being beaten to death with popsicle sticks. But I'm gonna make him have it. That's what, if I see Omniscience, I don't ever scoop. I never scoop to Omniscience. I make them play it. And it might make them feel better. But at least they don't get the satisfaction of a short game. Because I'm not giving it to him. You want to play your No skill deck. Well, you just go right ahead. I'm going to hydrate. I'm not going to rope. I'm not that kind of guy. We don't rope around here. But we do make them have it. And they have it, for sure. Alright. That's enough of that. Guess what? We have a Mite in our hand, along with a 2-drop creature. And a pump spell. And decent land. Kind of worried about the land situation, but that's alright. So, yeah, that is such a weird animation. I feel like they changed it, and I don't like it. Not because it's different. It just feels weird. Like, whenever you fling a card, it has this weird magnetic aspect that certainly strange. So, mono red, possibly? Or are we dealing with something else? Something that's good to be thinking about as soon as we see any information. Okay, maybe... oh, I think I've seen this deck. So we did not draw another land source, and that is okay. Probably best to do our Ruby due to the land situation. And I think this works. Let's see. Even though I'm about to tap her. Nah, that's silly. Honestly, this is such a hard decision. I mean, I guess I should just attack. I guess I don't get to do that. Somehow I skipped over my combat phase. That's what happens when you stall. I deserve every bit of what's about to happen for that reason. I honestly haven't made that mistake in a very, very long time, but I'm so excited to do this, play this deck. I'm making simple mistakes. So they go for Torch the Tower, which is not good. They kind of know what's up with the Mite. They have another removal. If so, man, that's unfortunate. I swear Torch the Tower comes in twos. It's just like always something there's two of. That doesn't make you feel bad. I don't know what will. Let's go ahead and throw out the Baloth. Okay. A little bit more even playing field now. They do get their blue out, so therefore they have access to a lot more things. Starting Town enabled that already, but we're not doing so hot on land. All the land from the other game has, I guess all of our luck was spent drawing land in the last game, because I guess we'll never see any the rest of the game. So they're tapped out, which is fine, but if I throw out another Baloth, they have to decide if they're going to block, which they probably will. But what do I know? I'm skipping attack phases. Yeah, see? I don't know. You also can't predict what a shark pirate's gonna do. That's a crazy background. I don't know what's going on. Quite honestly. Prof's Edict Memory. Yeah, this deck can just go crazy. There's the land. We will pay 2 life. We're crazy like that. Counter? No? Alright. So the Wild Ride is sorcery speed. And so is the Sell-Sword. We should wait. If they have more removal this next turn, that's just very unfortunate and, you know, something that we can't avoid. But if they don't have it, any removal, we're pretty much set up to win the game. They do have enough mana to make some crazy things happen. I already see 7 damage on the board, and that's terrifying. Because we only have 13 life. They threw away a cauldron, interesting. 9 damage? Doesn't take much more to get to 13. Especially with the Mako. They're thinking. They're trying to find the line, if they haven't already. What's it gonna be, Shimmy? Those are cool sleeves. I don't think I've seen those before. Nice. Okay, that's 11. Oh man, are we dead? Do they have some sort of... Okay. Question is, are they holding up a counterspell? Because that would suck. So we can test the waters here. Play a little Slickshot action. Oh no, don't counter it, please. Okay, that's a pretty good sign. Because they don't have blockers. Okay, they're targeting the... Yep. And all we have to do now is the following. We go to 1, they go to 0. And according to math, 0 is lower.